What's cracking, yo? Welcome back to Boo TV. Appreciate you for stopping in. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, stay notified, and let's get into the topic. What's cracking? What's cracking? Back with some more Larry Bird reaction video content. Dutch T with another fantastic recommendation. Larry Bird's legendary 86, 87, 88 three-point contest champion highlights all final rounds of Bird going back to back to back. Shoot her. Larry Bird, one of the greatest shooters to ever play the game. And probably the best shooter of his era, to be honest. And I'm not even going to get into it. And I'm not even going to mention his name. You know who I'm talking about. I don't even want to mention his name. But let's get into this one and see Larry Bird light it up with the crooked
first
finger.
Round finishes off with a two-point ball. Again, he hits it. Ellis, with his last few seconds, needs to get a couple in quickly. And that's going to take care of it. And it looks as though, yes, it is. It's Craig Hodges, who is going on to the final round against Larry Bird with 14 points. He got 6 in the second shoot-off. They had tied in the first one. So Larry Bird going up against Craig Hodges in the final of the three-point shootout. The results after the second round: Bird against Hodges, Ellis and Tucker eliminated. Should be very exciting final. Here we go. Hodges with the legs, Bill, looked like he's getting a little weary.
Yeah, he's coming up short, Rick, because I think the legs are the jump shooting that many times. Brings you up short.
He got a nice stroke. It's not going in.
From the Milwaukee Bucks, struggling just a bit. Little flat, Bill.
No legs for the little guy.
2 racks to go for Craig Hodges.
I've never seen anybody hit the ball rack before.
Finally gets a chance to get off that two-point
I've
shot.
never seen that before.
Craig Hodges having difficulty here in the finals. Tired Craig Hodges comes up with only 12 points in the final round. Boy, I bet he would like to have the first round over again, Bill, with those 25. And now Larry Bird, and look at the concentration. Looks like he's found the mark, Bill.
Come on, Bird. Come on, Bird. Wet.
He made 9 straight before he missed.
Larry Bird on his way to victory here in the long-distance shootout. Oh, wait a second. Off the glass. Give me a break, Larry.
That's right. And if anybody needs $10,000, I'm sure, it's Larry Bird.
Larry Bird, our winner here in the three-point long-distance shootout. Congratulations to Larry Bird with 22 points, his best effort of the afternoon. And a deserved hand for Larry Bird. Shrimp looking very strong.
Bird had 18 points in the semis. Danny Ainge had 8. So Cooper has 10. So it'll be Detlef Shrimp and Larry Bird. Shrimp's had 16. Cooper had 10. Shrimp and Bird for the championship at $12,500 when we return. All right, we are back. You're looking at the floor here for the coin toss is what you were looking at. These two are getting a coin toss to determine who will shoot first. Let's take a look at Detlef Shrimp now.
All right, now let's watch his form. You see Detlef Shrimp using his legs well, but he is more, again, of a jump shooter. It'll be interesting to see how his legs hold up going into this third round of competition. That could very well be the difference in who comes out as the champion. Larry Bird, with that little jump of his, he doesn't expend a lot of energy, and I really think is going to win this competition, because I would assume that he'll get somewhere between 16 and 18 points again on this this go round.
That finger be
So we have
flailing.
shrimp. If you mispronounce it a little bit and call it shrimp, and Bird, we kind of have fish and foul. My
Bob.
story, I said that, Rick. You won't let me forget that, I'm sure. Well, there was a coin toss. Larry Bird won and elected to go first. I guess he figures he wants to get some points here and put the pressure on Shrimp. 1 minute, a total of 30 points available. There are 25 balls to shoot. Brown one's worth 1, red, white, and blue ball worth 2. There's Bird. Let's count him as he goes. That's 2, 3.
He's off to his best start. I told you, don't let him in.
5. And that's 7 points.
Detlef Schrempf is lost right now. He's finished, Bob. He can't win this competition.
He said he's finished already.
That was 8
He
in
said
a
he's
row
lost.
before Bird missed 2.
He said he lost right now.
Well, now he's missed about 4 in a row before he hits again.
And the money ball.
Well, that two-pointer helps him a lot, but he put tremendous pressure on Detlef Schrempf, sitting there watching him hit those first shots of his. He needs to hit a couple of more hoops, however, because Schrempf could still come back, but I still believe that Bird may have won it in the beginning.
Bird has 14 points now. That'll be 15. 16. And this one's a big one. Bird finishes with 16 unofficially.
And now you see Larry Bird, after he missed that last one, he was unhappy.
mad.
I thought he'd get somewhere, as I said, between 16 to 18. He came on the low end. He may have opened the door with that bad run that he had in the middle. And again, Bob, as you pointed out, the players are having difficulty with the shots from the middle of the court.
Unofficially, Bird has 16 points. That was just our count here. We'll get the official in a moment as we take a look at Larry Bird. Started off a house of fire.
Yes, he did. But again, look at the
With
rhythm
the jacket
that he
on.
has. Shoots it, little turn, little move, not a lot of exaggeration in the upper body. Gets the ball to his hands quickly, the good concentration, the good follow-through, and the 2 points on that advantage ball.
And the official is 16 for Larry Bird. So Detlef Schrempf for $12,500 and the honor of the Dallas Mavericks.
Well, $5,000 difference between first and second.
All right, here's Schrempf. Trying to beat 16 points. Maximum total would be 30. He has 1 minute.
If he hits this one, he has a chance.
Only 1 point in the first rack. The pressure on Bird's strategy of going first may have helped. That's only the second point of the entire shooting. He's his Schrempf. You can tell by looking at him that he seems to be just off for it.
Now, well, I tell you, Larry did the right thing. He knew that he could really put the pressure on the young player by getting off to a good start. He wanted to not have to sit and watch Schrempf. And Schrempf got hot from the middle rack. That's the first time we've seen.
Right, has 7 points now. That's 7 points.
But he has 8. Got to get a hot streak here. 9. Needs this one.
Needs that.
That's 11.
Boy, this is a close
5
one.
more points to tie. Has 11. Down to the end of the minute. That's 12. 13. It's going to be close. 14. He makes this one. No!
Oh.
Larry Bird will win it on the miss of the 2-point ball at the end. Look at Larry Bird. I'll tell you, the Birdman was biting his fingernails at the end. Larry Bird defends his championship.
And I tell you, Bob, they blew
Got
it
Byron
in the
Scott.
first round. Here you see Schrempf. He needed every one of these to tie. That's for 13. This one is for 14. Bird had 16, and it's all riding on this last shot of Detlef Schrempf. It looks like it's
Was
right
there a
on line.
timer
Now,
on a
here,
three-point
short.
contest back
Just
then?
caught the front
I don't
inside
see
of
this
the rim
shot
on the right
clock
side and
going.
kicked out.
Larry Bird, the riverboat
Well, I guess-
gambler. You could also see him in a pool hall. He could probably win.
Oh, I'm
no
not even
matter
sure how
what
much
the score
time they
is. He
put on
just
the clock
knows how to
nowadays.
get the big W. Larry Bird, the 1987 champion.
Or at least on the screen.
Presentation of the
There's
trophy
no-
and the
there's
check
no
for
clock. Let me know in the comment section
$12,500 to the
if there was a shot clock
1987 champion
implemented
Larry
back then.
Bird at the center of the court. See some of the executives out there who are going to present Adrian DeGroot of the NBA over on the left side there. He'll be presenting the $12,500 check, and there's the trophy.
To our winner, Larry Bird of the American Airlines Sheraton Long Distance Shootout.
American Airlines, Sheraton, the sponsors, officials from those two companies are out there to make the presentation to Larry Bird. He won $10,000 last year and $12,500 this year. Let me explain the coin toss here. They'll toss the coin, and the winner of the coin toss can elect to shoot first or second. The loser will then have his choice of baskets.
It's like Dale won the toss, Bob, and just deciding what he wants to do.
He's saying I will receive.
Dale Ellis won the toss, and he can choose to go first, and he has said he will go first, and Bird chose the end opposite to the direction they are walking for his shooting.
Well, he's been wearing this end out. So
We'll be back in a moment for the finals. Dale Ellis, we're not going to go away. Dale Ellis is going to shoot right now. 1 minute, 25 balls, a maximum of 30 points. The winner with $12,500. Second place, $7,500.
There's 1 minute on the clock.
This first rack is probably the most crucial for Ellis. If
I
he
stand
can get
corrected.
a
I
good
see it
rhythm going,
now.
he'll have a chance.
1 minute.
well, he's got it going, like you
Yeah,
said.
he has a nice set shot. That's a consistent
You know, I
set
might
shot.
mention here, he may have launched that first ball before the siren sounded, and we'll make sure to see if that in fact is an official point.
Ellis is a player that, you know, can feel a little bit of pressure, but he's got some good results in the first two racks.
Got a nice little set shot there.
Now we have 30
Separation on his
seconds
fingers.
remaining, and Ellis with 9 points, and 11 with the 2-point ball.
Let's see if he even gets all the balls up this time. He has yet to do that.
We all know Larry Bird. This is the
This
infamous.
rack has hurt him, Steve.
Got a big
infamous,
ball there. Now he's got to really go with some speed and accuracy from the
Round
corner.
by Bird
10 seconds
with
left,
the crooked
14
finger.
points for Ellis. He gets them all off. Unofficially, Ellis with 15, but we're going to hold just a second to make sure of that. The first shot may not have counted. And Larry Bird, the two-time defending champion, nobody has
Chicago.
ever defeated him in the long-distance shootout, is set to go right after we take a look at Dale Ellis.
There you see Dale firing away. He got off to a terrific start, like you said, Steve, and I thought that that would get him going. However, even though he shot well on the second rack, the third and fourth racks were really his downfall. He was only able to drop that one brown ball and one 2-point shot in on those 2 racks, and that could prove to be very costly going up against the defending champion, Larry Bird.
You know how Bird is. He feels that when the money's down, no one is better than himself.
Yeah, watched him. He lined all those balls up to be in the perfect position on that first rack. I'm surprised he didn't do it on all of them.
He has 60 seconds, 25 balls. He has to beat 15 points, a slow start.
But he warms up as he gets going.
3 points out of the first rack.
Now he's all over the place in this rack. Usually he comes back with that big money ball that keeps him close.
He's hit both the money balls, both the 2-point balls.
It's like he's over-adjusting. He's come up short, and then he's all of a sudden throws it a little bit long. He certainly doesn't have that normal Bird rhythm going for himself.
He does not. At 25 seconds remaining, he has only 7, has to beat 15.
That's 8. Make it 9. And 10. 11 as we're counting. 13.
Huge rack that time for Bird.
He's still got to drop one here quickly. 14. This is a tie for the money. Yo!
Larry Bird at the buzzer with the 2-point ball. 17 to 15 defends the long-distance shootout crowd at Chicago Stadium.
Our winner is Larry Bird.
Hell of a finish, man. That's clutch. That is clutch. That is clutch.
Ice water in his veins.
The man is really spectacular. He was all over the place, as Steve pointed out, in the first 3 racks, and when it came down to the money time, this is what the man responded to. He needed to make a couple down the stretch. He needed to make the last 3 to win, and he's down to the last 3. There's 1. Now he's tied, and now he's the winner 3 times in a row.
He knew it when he let it go and was headed for that check in the winner's circle. Bird came through with the big shot.
All right, we're going to come back and have the trophy presentation and an interview with Larry Bird, who has won all 3 of the long-distance shootout. They're going to handicap this guy next year. We'll be right back to Chicago Stadium.
Well, He didn't join next year because he was hurt.
There was no surprise, but the dramatic way in which you won it this third time.
If I'm not mistaken.
Amazing. What were you thinking after the terrible start on that final round?
Well, I just worried about getting the 2-point balls down after I missed the shots, but I knew he just had 15 points, and I still had plenty of time. Once I got to the top of the key, I knew I had to make some shots.
Those first 2 racks, the ball was all over the place. How did you get your rhythm back?
Well, you have to concentrate a little bit more and take your time. Minute's a long time to get up 25 shots, so I just took my time and was just hoping that someone would start dropping for me.
With names like Al Capone and John Dillinger, Chicago's had some memorable shootouts. Maybe not stakes this high, but nobody cooler under pressure. You really thrive in this.
Well, it's a lot of fun. The guys come out, and it's a little bit harder than it looks. I got out there, and I knew I had to beat 15 points. I just took my time and made some shots at the end, and everything worked out for me.
Congratulations once again.
Thank you.
All right, I want to go back because obviously when I made that comment about the shot clock, I probably just wasn't paying attention in the 87-88 one. Yeah, okay. See, they didn't have the clock on the bottom like they did in the 88-89 broadcasts. And I couldn't tell on the shot clock if there was any time going down. Okay, so sometimes I just be spacing out and be oblivious to things. That's why I had to go back and check to make sure it wasn't a situation where I just wasn't paying attention. Now, what about the one before that? The 86-87, did they have a shot clock on the screen? No, they didn't. No shot clock on the screen. So I wonder if that's something they just started in the 88-89 season. Let me know in the comment section if you can give me some clarity on that. But Bird, back to back. Probably could have won more if he played another one. I think Craig Hodges won the year Bird set out to defend his throne. Like I said, one of the greatest shooters you'll ever see. And his three-point percentage would more than likely be even better if he played in an era where the three-pointer was emphasized. But with no emphasis on the three-point shot back then, the dude was still phenomenal. Larry Legend, man. Shooter's going to shoot. Y'all let me know what you think about it. Did you watch this live? How did you feel? Were you excited? Love to hear your opinion. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, stay notified, and I catch you on the next one. We out, baby.